Welcome everyone. Today, this is not just another book summary. Today, we are opening a door that most people never open, the truth about human nature. People look confident on social media. They smile in public. They act strong. But inside, humans are emotional, insecure, jealous, and sometimes even manipulative. The book The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene explains these hidden behaviors. When you understand these laws, something powerful happens. You start understanding people more clearly. You stop being easily manipulated. And you begin to understand yourself better. So let's begin with the first law. We all like to believe we are logical. We think we make smart decisions. We believe we stay calm and rational. But the truth is very different. Most of our decisions are driven by emotions, fear, anger, jealousy, ego, or insecurity. For example, maybe you bought something expensive not because you needed it, but because you wanted to feel successful. Or maybe you sent an angry message and later regretted it. That is irrational behavior. The problem is that most people don't even realize when emotions control them. So the first step is awareness. Before reacting, pause for a moment and ask yourself, am I reacting to reality or to my emotions? The people who control their emotions become the most powerful people in the room. Every human being is naturally a little self-centered. Even when people listen to others, they often think about themselves. They wonder, when will it be my turn to talk? How does this affect me? This is normal human behavior. But there is a powerful skill that can separate you from everyone else. That skill is empathy. Empathy means trying to truly understand how another person feels. For example, imagine someone suddenly becomes angry at you. Instead of reacting immediately, you pause and think. Maybe they are stressed. Maybe they are dealing with something painful. When you understand people instead of judging them, you gain influence and respect. In a world where everyone wants attention, the person who truly listens becomes very powerful. Human beings wear masks. In public, people act confident, friendly, and calm. But behind closed doors, the same person may feel insecure, jealous, or angry. People learn from childhood to hide their true emotions. They smile when they are upset. They pretend to agree when they actually disagree. This is why words alone cannot always be trusted. Instead of focusing only on what people say, observe their actions. Watch how they treat people who cannot benefit them. Watch how they behave under pressure. Because behavior always reveals the truth behind the mask. Many people repeat the same mistakes again and again. They enter the same toxic relationships. They react with the same anger. They sabotage the same opportunities. Why does this happen? Because human behavior is often controlled by unconscious patterns created in childhood. If someone grew up feeling ignored, they may spend their entire life trying to prove their worth. If someone experienced betrayal, they may struggle to trust anyone. These patterns repeat until a person becomes aware of them. So ask yourself, what patterns keep appearing in my life? When you understand your patterns, you finally gain the power to change them. Humans often want what they cannot have. Things become more attractive when they seem rare or distant. For example, people often become more interested when someone pulls away. Products feel more valuable when they are limited. But many times, the desire is not about the thing itself. It is about the excitement of the chase. Once people finally get what they wanted, the excitement disappears. This is why wisdom means choosing what is truly good for you, not just what feels exciting in the moment. Maturity means choosing peace over chaos. Reality over illusion. Many people focus only on the present moment. They want fast success, quick pleasure, and instant results. Because of this, they make decisions that feel good today but create problems tomorrow. For example, someone spends money on things they don't really need instead of saving for the future. At that moment it feels exciting. But later, when a problem appears, they regret the decision. The same thing happens in relationships, health, and careers. People quit too early because progress feels slow. But the truth is simple. Great results always take time. The people who succeed are those who learn to think long-term. They are willing to accept short-term discomfort for long-term peace. Human beings do not like to be told they are wrong. Even when advice is helpful, people often react with anger or denial. Why? Because criticism feels like a threat to the ego. Imagine you gently give a friend advice. Instead of listening, they become defensive. They think you are attacking them. In reality, they are simply protecting their pride. This behavior is extremely common. But strong people do something different. They listen carefully, even when the truth is uncomfortable. Instead of asking, "Why are they criticizing me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Growth begins the moment you stop defending your ego. Sometimes the biggest obstacle in life is not other people. It is ourselves. Many people unknowingly destroy their own progress. For example, someone finally starts improving their life. They start exercising, studying, or building a business. But suddenly they stop. They lose motivation. They delay important work. They return to old habits. Why does this happen? Because deep inside they may believe they don't deserve success. Old fears and negative beliefs hold them back. The key is to change your inner story. Stop repeating the voice that says, "I can't do this." Instead, remind yourself, your past does not control your future. Every small step forward is proof that change is possible. Many people hide their pain instead of facing it. They say things like, "I'm fine. It doesn't matter anymore. It happened a long time ago." But emotions that are buried never truly disappear. They stay inside the mind and eventually appear in other ways. They may appear as anger, jealousy, fear, or anxiety. For example, someone who experienced deep betrayal may struggle to trust anyone later in life. The real solution is not to ignore pain but to acknowledge it. Healing begins when we allow ourselves to face our emotions honestly. When you confront your past instead of hiding from it, you free yourself from its control. Envy is one of the quietest emotions, but also one of the most powerful. When you succeed, not everyone will celebrate you. Some people may smile in front of you but secretly feel jealous. This can happen even among friends, co-workers, or relatives. Envy rarely speaks openly. Instead, it appears through small actions. People may criticize your success, compete with you, or slowly distance themselves. The important lesson is not to let envy control your own heart. Instead of asking, "Why do they have this?" ask, "What can I learn from them?" When envy becomes motivation, it helps you grow. But when envy becomes bitterness, it destroys relationships and inner peace. Choose growth. Success can be dangerous. Not because success is bad, but because it can slowly create arrogance. When people start achieving great things, they sometimes believe they cannot fail. They stop listening to advice. They stop learning. They believe their decisions are always correct. This is where many successful people fall. For example, a business owner builds a successful company. But after gaining fame and praise, they stop listening to their team. Soon mistakes grow bigger and bigger. The solution is simple but powerful: stay humble. No matter how successful you become, remember that learning never stops. Confidence helps you grow. Arrogance makes you blind. From childhood, society teaches us how men and women are supposed to behave. Boys are told to be strong and hide their emotions. Girls are often told to be quiet and gentle. Over time, these expectations become invisible rules. But the truth is, every person has both strength and sensitivity inside them. When someone rejects one side of themselves, they become emotionally incomplete. For example, a man who never shows emotion may struggle to build deep relationships. A woman who hides her ambition may never reach her true potential. Real balance comes when people accept both sides of their nature. Strength and empathy can exist together. Many people live busy lives but still feel lost. They work hard, follow routines, and chase goals that society expects from them. But deep inside, they don't know why they're doing it. Without purpose, life begins to feel empty. Imagine someone who spends years building a career. They finally reach a high position, but one day they realize they don't enjoy their work at all. This happens when people follow expectations instead of their inner direction. Purpose does not always appear suddenly. Sometimes it grows slowly through curiosity and experience. But once you discover something meaningful, even difficult work becomes easier to endure. Purpose gives direction to your life. Humans naturally want to belong. Because of this, many people follow the crowd even when they disagree with it. They copy trends, opinions, and behaviors simply to feel accepted. This is the power of conformity. For example, someone may stay silent when something is wrong because everyone else is silent. Or someone may abandon their dream because others say it is unrealistic. The challenge is learning to trust your own thinking. Great achievements rarely come from following the crowd. They come from people who are brave enough to stand alone when necessary. Respect your own voice, even when it is different from others. Human emotions change quickly. Someone may admire you today and criticize you tomorrow. People often react based on their current feelings, not their long-term loyalty. For example, when you are successful, many people support you. But when you struggle or make mistakes, some of those same people disappear. This is a natural part of human behavior. The important lesson is not to build your self-worth on other people's approval. Praise can feel good, but it should not control your identity. Your value should come from within, not from changing opinions around you. Anger is a natural human emotion. But many people do not express it openly. Instead, they hide it behind politeness or passive behavior. For example, someone might smile and congratulate you but secretly criticize you behind your back. Or a coworker may repeatedly create small problems that affect your work. This is passive aggression. Learning to recognize these signals helps you protect your energy. The best response is calm clarity. Instead of reacting emotionally, address the situation directly and honestly. True strength comes from staying balanced even when others try to provoke you. Every generation grows up in a different environment. Technology, culture, economic conditions, and social values all shape how people think. Because of this, different generations often misunderstand each other. Older generations may value stability and patience. Younger generations may focus more on innovation and change. Neither side is completely right or wrong. They simply see the world through different experiences. Understanding this helps reduce conflict and increases empathy. When you realize that people are shaped by their time and environment, it becomes easier to understand their behavior. Human nature is complex. People are emotional, unpredictable, and influenced by many hidden forces. But when you learn to recognize these patterns, you gain a powerful advantage. You understand others more clearly. You understand yourself more deeply. And most importantly, you become less controlled by unconscious habits and emotions. Awareness is the first step toward wisdom.